So welcome back, guys. On this video we'll be looking at how we can design a sales page from scratch. All right, so you can see I already uploaded my images. Okay, so we'll be modeling a sales page. This is what we'll be modeling. Okay, so we'll design something similar to this. All right, I'm going to design something similar to what we have here. So I want to dive right in. I want to make sure you have your images ready and uploaded to your media. Okay, and then you want to head over to your pages, add new page, and I'm going to call this test sales page. Save. And I'm going to turn on my Insta Builder and launch it. So right here, I told you guys before that you have templates and you can make usable, but we are designing from scratch. So here, remember we are modeling this and the whole page is white. The first thing we're going to do here is, let me delete this element, go to my pages, go to background color, change to white. Perfect. So now we're going to drag this section in here. Remember, what we need to do here is design what we have right here. So we're having a test here and a countdown timer. Okay, so we head back. Let's divide this into two columns. Remember, you can do this by adding column. Okay, you can do this by adding column. Okay, that's another way to do that. So let's reduce this a little bit, bring in our timer here and our test here, and we're going to add a spacer. Let's reduce this a little bit, move it this way. Okay, let's reduce this. Okay, I think it's fine. Let's change the background to green. We'll have green right there, so I'm going to change ours to green. Okay, I think that's cool. So the next thing, we're going to work on the timer. We want to look at the design first. Let's design normal text. We're going to, you can choose anything you want here, but we're going to go with let's change the background color to, this is fine. Okay, you can change this border color to whatever you want, and then the border thickness to anything you want. The font color, we are changing it to black. Okay, and the font size, you can increase that to whatever suits you. Okay, then text shadow. Okay, that's fine. The next thing we want to do is, you can set the expiration action. Okay, so once the countdown is expired or completed, what's the next action you want? You could say do nothing, say hide the countdown timer, or redirect to a URL. Okay, or reveal a hidden content. Okay, you have to choose what exactly you want to do. Okay, so once you've done that, the next thing, let's say the setup, the countdown, you can say it is exact date and time, you can say cookie based, and then you set the number of days, the number of hours, number of minutes, you can do all that to just suit your need. Okay, so we are going to change this text right here. Hurry, this offer won't last long. Let's increase the font size. Change the text color to white. Okay, and then we still have something underneath. So let's have some text underneath it. So let's have something here. Okay, so the next thing we have here is something like this. What we need to do is bring in a smaller section right here. Okay, I'm going to change this to gray, change the background color to something gray, something gray. So that will do. And then we have some text there. We have some text. This is a fancy text. Just to then we can send to this. Remember, you can work on the text color. Okay. And get get this 400 naira, 4,000 naira key utensils for free. So we're going to increase the font size. This is big. Increase the font size. Send this. Make this black. The next thing here is the line. So bring our line here. It's underneath. Okay, it's underneath. So we need a placeholder. So we're going to bring in another section here. Then drag in our line. Okay. Remember, you can customize your line to what you want. Okay, you can say double line, okay, or dotted line, or dash. But one is solid. Okay, just leave it solid. Then you can have your spacing to what you want. Okay, so I think this is fine. Okay, so the next thing we have right here this we have another placeholder here for this and this. So it's going to be two columns. So bring in another placeholder. Okay. Remember, I told you you can decide to also drag this column right here. So you can see that it's already divided and the same thing. Okay. So instead of you clicking on this sign to divide it into columns, you just do that. There's an image, text, image, and a button. Image. Yeah. Then we'll have a text here. We'll have an image. Then we have our button right here. Okay, so I'm going to put in an image here. Use this. Okay, so and have our text here. Claim your offer. Okay. So increase this font right here. Font size. Let's increase this. Okay. Text color to green. Okay, so we'll go with that. Let's bring something in here. So here we have our button to show you how you guys can maintain this already. Okay, so the next thing we have right here is this. Remember, all these are buttons. Okay, so let's have a test here. Okay, and then button here also. So like something. Tell us what you think. So we can make this okay. Modify our text here. Something that we like. Increase the text size to let's take 16. That's fine. Then here we're going to have our anything we want. You can add the okay. Let's add a text. So we have some text here. So okay, then I'll add an image here. this will be our. There's another way you can add this payment details, card information to, or an image to show that they are using their cards or whatever it is that you want them to do right here. But for now, let's use an image. I will show you later once we get to that part. But for now, I'm going to use an image here. So that is it. The next thing we want to do now is, okay, we're going to separate this using a line. So let me remove this. Let's bring another section. Okay, that's another section, and let me bring another section also. Okay, so this section will be having our line here. So have our line on this section. Okay. All right. Then on this section, we're going to be having another column. Okay. So let's have our column here. Divide this, and then bring our images. So told you guys you can copy, just duplicate. So let's bring in our images here. Use image. Okay. So upload. Use image. Okay. Use image. All right. So the next thing we want to do is bring in some text in here. Let me see what's here. Get this amazing. Okay. So we're going to say get this amazing utensils for free. Let's share font family. I don't think I like it slanted, so I'm going to remove that. So the next thing we want to add here are these bullet points. Okay, so what we'll do is come over here, elements, you have our bullets. Okay, so we have our text element for our bullets right here. So the first thing you want to do is create a bullet with 8. So just right here to have your bullet, and then we can have as many bullets we want. Let me copy this, so I just paste. Right? So we'll come over to format. Remember format, there are a lot of things you can do right here. You can say you want to strike a text through. So if you, for instance, you want to strike a text through, you just highlight it, come over to format, and then say strike through. You can see it right there. And if you want to take it off, just highlight the text again, go back to this, remove this. Same thing, have a superscript, subscript code, then blocks. You know, if you want to have a block around it, you can see, okay, you want to make it a block. Okay, you want to make that a block. That's how this works. So, okay, remove that. Your text styles, text shadow, how you want it, dark, gray, light. You want to add space to your text, you don't want space and all of that. You can format all of these. You can make your font weight bold, however you want it. If you think this option right here is not doing the work that you want, then you can have drop caps. No, the way you want it, just the way you have in some books that you read, and you see the first letter is very large. Okay, this works same way. So let's say, for instance, you can have this and come over here. Click on drop caps, so you can see it there, right? Well, I'm going to remove that. Okay, so what we are very much interested about is our bullet point. If you watch this very well, you can see the bullet points here are very different from the regular bullet points. So we'll see how we can create something similar. Now, there is something I want to show you guys. You can have different designs, add different designs to your pages. Okay, you have this form of bullets right here. You have icons. Okay, you can see the different icons. You have buy buttons. You have buy now area. You have a lot of things that you can make use of. So you just play around to find out. This is what I was telling you guys earlier, that we can decide to choose any of the design instead of having or using an image for it. A lot of things that you can actually use right here. So you can see, just play around this and see what you want to. Then let's say, for instance, we want to make use of this. All we need to do is just click on it and drag it over, so you can see it right here. So that's how easy it is to make use of these elements or designs right here. But we are interested in how we can make these bullet points something different. So we'll come over to bullet points, and you can see what we have here. You can decide to still shakes another red. Let's see, big plus sign. So there are the various ways you can decide to. Okay, I'm going to use arrow green, big arrow green. So this works fine for me. Okay, so we're going to stick with that. Okay, so we've been able to create our bullet points right here. Let's hide this. Okay, so the next thing we want, by the way, you can delete this by just clicking on it and clicking on delete. Okay, so the next thing here that I actually want to do now is create another element right here. So I'm gonna come over here and bring in the wide one. Okay, because that's what will work better for this. Reduce it a little. Right, then you can see right here that it is, the background of it is gray, so we're going to make ours gray. Click on this background color, let's make it gray also. and then we're going to add another element inside and make it orange. Test element, bring in our test element. Okay, bring in our test element. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to highlight this, and we will have here the smartest utensils you will ever have. Okay, let's increase this to header 2, bold. Okay, then background. Okay, okay. So this will do all right here. The next thing we want to create here is another element right there. Okay, so let's bring in, no, let's bring in, this section. Then the next thing we want to do now is to have some images. Okay, and then some tests. I'm going to bring another section, have our text in on it. Okay, then we can also have more images here. Maybe your testimonials can be right here. Okay, then what else we have? Then another section, have another white section right here. Okay, which we are going to make gray. I'm going to make this gray. Okay, so here we can bring in some images I already have. So I'm going to choose any image right here. Okay, upload that image. So we have our image here. I think this little, yeah, not balanced. And I have testimonial images. Okay, so I'm just going to make use of this. Okay, so you can have this as your image. That's how to input your images, and then I'm going to have text on here. All the tests today get the credit knife they are talking about. So you just drag our text here, and then add a spacer to it. add a spacer to it. And underline it, make tests this. So the next thing we want to add here is another column where we have an image as well as the bullet points here. So I'm going to have another section, divide it into column. Then here, bring in your image element, bring in your text element. So I'm going to upload an image. I'm going to use this image for that. So we have our image here. Can reduce it a little bit. Here we have our text. Okay, so like I told you guys earlier, you have to make this a bullet point already. And let me copy a text from here. Just paste. All right, so once you've done that, you all have to come over to your bullets and change this to whatever it is you want. So you are going to use something different this time. Let's use a star. Okay, so this looks cool. Now let's change it to something else. Bob. It's fine, it's cool. So the next thing we want to add here is just a line text. We're almost at the end of this, so we're going to add another element to this. Okay, and then we have our line right here. Increase to enlarge. Let's have this element on one section, so we're going to bring on another section below it. Okay, let's get rid of this. So this is where we'll now have our text, image, text, and then button. Okay, so we'll have here our text, our image, our text, and then button right here. Okay, so you can modify your text to what you want. I'm going to make this a paragraph headline. Let me make a format. Okay, make it a little bit bold. Okay, let's make it a block. Looks better this way. So here we can add our image, upload an image. So I'm going to make use of, let's make use of this. So we have our image right here, and then a little bit of text here. I'm going to shop out some text from this. Align to center. I'm going to increase the font size a little bit. Let's say 24 will do. Okay. Let's change font family. Let's use Tahoma. Yeah, better. Let's get rid of this. Let's still reduce this. Let's say 18. Yeah, suit this. So our button, showing you guys how to modify your button. So you can say click here to get increase the font size. Okay, then you can increase your font. Let's increase the font size some more. Well, let's say to get free utensils. All right, this looks way much better. So now we can change the button style to whatever it is we want. Remember, we can still use an image for our button. Okay, so I'm going to change the normal state to something orange. Yep, text color is fine, and our hover is blue. Let's change it to something like red. Okay, so let's say red. So it's red. Okay, we are almost done. Last thing we'll have here is where we have our footer. Okay, so let's create a footer. Let's bring in the white section here. Now in this footer we can create our terms and condition tab and privacy tab. Okay, and then this is just a logo. Okay, so this is all we need to do here is make this into two sections. All right, so here we have our image which should save as our logo. This will save as the logo. Then here this will save as the navigations to privacy policy and terms and conditions. I'll be showing you guys how you can create those pages. All right, so can say terms and conditions, and you have privacy policy. Now remember, you can change the background of this to what you want. Let's change the background right here to green. Okay, green. Yep. And let's push this further to the end. Yeah. Let's change the text color to white. White will do fine. And we can have our image. Let's use this. This will be very faint. So we have our logo right there. I think we don't even need this spacer, right? I think we don't need it. So that's it, guys. Let's save our site, then view. Let's see how it looks. So guys, this is how the site looks after completion. Okay, so that's how easy it is to create a sales page to suit your needs. All right, so on the next video I'll be looking at how we can create a form using what we call Formcast, which is a plugin. All right, so once someone click to fill in your details, the person will be directed to the page where he or she can fill in the details. Okay, and also how you can generate the terms and conditions and privacy policy pages using InstaBuilder. So I'll see you guys on the next video. For now, bye.